Welcome back to DBL. Rachel Cooke went for a run when she vanished in broad daylight. This month marks 19 years and still no sign of the Texas teen. What really happened that day? Here's an update in True Crime Chronicles.
Rachel Cooke was born and raised in Georgetown, Texas. There were two things the 19-year-old cared most about: her family and running. She was an accomplished cross-country runner.
She was just a light that shone so brightly.
After graduating high school, Rachel moved to San Diego for college. It was January 2002. Rachel was back home in Texas visiting her family over winter break. It was a normal morning. Her family went to work, and Rachel left to go on a 6-mile run in the neighborhood. She never made it back home that day.
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
Rachel vanished in broad daylight. Several people reported seeing her running that day.
We still get tips weekly on the Cooke case. I'm the case agent, and I have 6 dedicated reserves that do nothing but Rachel Cooke every single day.
Thousands of tips came in, but no evidence or big leads. Rachel's family even formed their own search groups.
I can't believe everybody, that many people showed up.
17 years passed, and finally, something. Police found a car in Dallas connected to several persons of interest, but it wasn't enough to crack the case. And then, in 2020,
new tips and now new sketches showing 2 persons of interest in the Rachel Cooke case.
Police named these 2 men as prime suspects. They were both spotted in the area where Rachel was last seen, just 100 yards from her family home. A big break in the case, but investigators are still stuck.
We are now visiting this tree almost as long as she's been alive. So put that in perspective, it's unfathomable, you know? It really is.
Rachel would have been 38 years old today.
She was good. She was good people. Very loving, very caring. And for somebody to take that from this community, it's not right. It's not right. And at this point, I just want closure.
Earlier, Al and I spoke with a reporter who shared new updates in this case. Take a look. We are joined by senior reporter Tony Plohetski from KVUE in Austin, Texas. Tony, thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. Police just announced they are pursuing a new person of interest. Who is this suspect, and how did he just now come to light?
On the anniversary of Rachel Cooke's disappearance, authorities did release new information about someone else they are now trying to track down. They did not release a name. I think it is clear they don't have a name at this point, but they did release a brief description about the person. And essentially what they said is that they believe that he was an acquaintance of Rachel Cooke. They believe that he traveled to cities throughout the state, possibly involved in the horsing or cattle industry here in the state, which of course is a major industry. And at the same time, according to what authorities did release, they do believe that he may have had intricate knowledge of Rachel Cooke's disappearance and of the crime itself, and may have shared that information with other people in this region.
There are a lot of theories out there that it could have been Rachel's father or boyfriend at the time involved. Is there any truth to those claims? Not really is the short answer to that. A lot of these, in a lot of cases, in a lot of instances like this, of course, we all know that different theories can emerge over the years, send investigators in one direction or another. There have been, not unlike a lot of other cases that remain unsolved like this, a lot of conspiracy theories that seem to emerge over time. But so far, nothing really has stuck, and certainly nothing that has led to an arrest or indictment or charges or conviction of anyone in this case.
And Tony, I can't imagine what her family is going through. And we all want closure for them. It's been almost 2 decades. How is her family handling everything, and what do they make of the new leads?
Her mother does remain a very outspoken advocate for her daughter, using the anniversary of her death, her birthday, to try to continue to bring public awareness to this case, again, hoping that it could trigger some sort of new information. But the last time I talked to her, what she also told me is just how difficult it has been through the years to ride a roller coaster of emotion, trying to remain hopeful, becoming hopeful with these new facts that seem to come out, and yet not getting too hopeful because over the years she's had that hope and then seen it really wither away when these new possible leads did not really go anywhere.
A parent's worst nightmare,
Absolutely.
And I just thank you, Tony, for bringing this story to light, because if we can help solve it, the viewers, everybody, please, to learn more about this case, visit KVUE.com. Tony, we appreciate you as
Thank you,
always.
Tony.
Great to see you. We'll be right back.